Hello and welcome everybody to the Sunday GT3 Championship here at Trackalicious. I hope everyone's having a lovely evening, afternoon, or morning, wherever you are in this fine world. I am joined today by none other than Lizzie Alisay in the booth with me. Lizzie, welcome.
Thank you, and welcome everybody. So excited to be here.
Thanks to everyone in chat already. I see we got Zane Blisket in chat as well as One Bigly, Jacob Church. Welcome everybody. We are already diving into the qualifying session here, but we are going to currently drivers out on their outlap. Of course, Paul Ricard here. Very exciting track as it is a 3.5 mile track with a 1.1 mile straight. Yes, 1/3 of this track just about is in a straight line on the Mistral straight in the back there. Located in Castellet, France. It has 15 corners, 6 to the left, 9 to the right, and 30 meters of elevation change. It's a very, very fun, exciting track. Sector 3 is twisty, tight, windy. It's where basically all the time is going to be made up in Sector 3. Sector 1 is about survival and not invalidating your lap, mostly. The track limits are tight, especially through there, as we have a lot of here. We also have Daddy, Daddy, Dad. Welcome. D. Thomas, Snoopy, welcome. And I didn't scare him away with my accent. No, I have not yet. Not yet. We'll get to that at some point, I'm sure. But one thing I wanted to say is massive thank you to everybody for hitting the follow button. We are getting ever closer to Dominic Smedger and I's kiss cam. Not Lizzie, don't worry, Lizzie. You don't need to be subjected to that. But we are
didn't say anything, but yes.
We're at 1461 out of 1555 followers, so thank you everybody for doing that and being a part of this community here at Trackalicious. We appreciate you guys massively.
And yes, we do.
Comic Beauty, welcome. Official Karu, welcome. Karu. Potts Weaver as well, welcome.
Oh my God, Blue. Yes, welcome everybody. I hope everybody's having a great night. And they're excited as me for this race tonight.
We also have David dropping a 7-month subscription for 7 months in a row. David, an absolute legend. My goodness, David. That's incredible. You're awesome. Thank you so much, David. And Dom pointing out the size of my head. Yes, I do in fact have a 4-head. There's no doubt about that. Some may argue a 5-head. We also have Saab. Welcome, Saab, who is building a Saab to race. You love to see that as well. And yeah, Potts Weaver actually going to some baseball games recently down at Portland, supporting the Portland. I put myself on the spot. I remembered it a couple seconds ago, but I forgot the
Mega
Portland
Mind.
team, what team is it? But yes, the Mega... Yeah, exactly. See, that's where you got to store racing knowledge in here. The Portland Pickles. Yes, that's definitely what it is. No, the Portland Timbers. And that was soccer? Oh. Shows what I know. But anyways, why don't we get in here to the action that we're actually here for. And pop over into the session as these drivers are currently underway.
Awesome. Let's go.
A little bit dark here tonight, I will say, as it stands. We'll pop up picture-in-picture there. As Lizzie Alisay catches somebody mid-slide. Oh
yep.
My goodness.
Scott there.
Is that Ricky Scott?
Yes. Just went off the tracks right there.
You can also get a little bit...
I couldn't see exactly where. Oh yeah, that's the turn after the straight. I guess he went on full power. Yeah, let me.
Wow. And yes, there were rumors last week. I was talking to Wes. He was mentioning he was thinking about joining the league in a Bentley. And there is, in fact, a Ginger out there on track and in P1 as it stands on the wrong side of the car, driving the Bentley, the number 12 of Wes Hepburn here in the Preggy Wives Add Lives. All right. Gotta love it. Of course, Atomic Beauty in chat as well. Can we take a look at this livery? Is it a custom one? It's just the Box 3 Schmidt Motorsport one. Just renamed. Still an amazing livery, not taking anything away from it. It's just Schmidt Motorsport, that's right.
We need a vent league, says David.
A bent league? That's good. So Wes Hepburn does end up invalidating this lap. He comes across the line of the 56.8. Fastest laps of 54.2. Mike Burkov looking to challenge, though, in terms of that P1 position. Matter team not far off the pace either. That top three separated by less than a tenth of a second. That are some tight margins. 3 different constructors in the top 3 as well. In fact, 7 different constructors in the top 7. Now that is exciting to see here. A little bit of diversity out there on track and in terms of pace. Mike Burkov doesn't improve. Look at that Yit Cows Racing Bentley. It's not a Yit Cows Racing Bentley. I'm not going to fall for that. I've been informed by you specifically. Apparently Eric G is in the Bentley too. Is that correct? Where is he?
I'm looking. Yeah, I think he is.
The absolute madman. Is he in it? I don't even see him. There he is.
Yeah, he's on the pit.
He is in the Preg.
Oh, he's coming out now.
Hold up. Tomic, you got some explaining to do here.
Oh, what happened to that car in the middle right there?
As we see the odd plates and their end up coming out on the track, and the even plates end their qualifying. Casey Schutte actually ends up taking pole position. Just missed that. What a lap. Casey Schutte putting that out at the very end there. Wes Hepburn in second. Matter team in third. Looking to maybe put an improvement on it. He's going to be the last even plate to come across the line, actually.
What livery looks familiar? Eric's livery? Box 3?
Yeah, Eric's livery. Eric, an interesting livery choice there. Like I said, Tomic, I think, has some explaining to do with that one. And car number 5, a onboard lap. That's going to be Eric the Boss Kakas, of course. We'll get a full onboard with him. Actually, I guess Umar Kromix must have gotten a lap set in time. 1 minute, 19 seconds. 1 minute. Yeah, I guess he did. He just got he must have just got the checkered flag, actually. Man. Or just got by it. Why do you have some explaining? Excuse me? You see the team here that Eric Gakassian is in? This is... Welcome, Forzy. Forzy actually out there on track as well, setting a time of 2:16. No, 1:57. 2:16 was their last lap. That would be awful. I'm sorry, Ashley. You're not that bad. No offense, you're not bad. That was rude. That was rude. Atomic, you don't drive yet. You don't drive yet. We do have quite a few drivers starting their laps. Eric getting out there quite late. But yeah, he is going to begin his lap here in the Pragi Wives Ad Lives Bentley, the Armenian driver. A little bit hesitant into the first chicane. Definitely a few more tenths on the table there for the boss as he's heading now into the very tricky corner. This is where it's so easy to invalidate through this corner sequence because you've got to take that corner on the inside. Eric just avoids it completely. He says, nah, screw that, I ain't invalidating there. It's a very conservative lap. Actually downshifts into first there, coming out onto the important corner. This is where you get slingshotted onto the Mistral straight. 1.1 miles now of flat out action. Where, well, action being driving in a straight line. Jeremy, welcome, welcome. And Atomic, of course, driving in the wife swap. That's awesome. We need to do that again. Of course, we can't call it that anymore.
Why not? Because nobody has wives, or there's enough wives into sim racing.
Yeah, because people complain. That's fine. It's, you know.
Complain about what is specifically?
Tom. You know, Lizzie, I'm not completely sure myself. Eric has made an absolute mare of this lap, to be honest.
Lonely people that need no wives. Well, I don't have a wife, so I don't know how am I gonna do that, but yes.
Yeah, we had to call it the family swap at a certain point. Something, I don't remember what we ended up calling it. Tropical, welcome. Also, Ismail Kobis dropping in and saying hi. Appreciate it, Ismail.
Hi. Welcome, everybody. Welcome.
Of course, Ismail, the Brazilian speed demon. Eric here showing his pace as he's going to come across the line now at a 1:59.9 and an invalid one at that.
The model swap, Tropical? Why the model swap? It doesn't make sense. Oh, car model?
No, but you're not swapping car models. You're
Exactly,
keeping
we
car
cannot
models.
swap. Exactly, we cannot swap cars. Hi, 4Z.
Also, Devin Anthony, welcome. And I'll give you some hydrates there, Tropical. Benjamin Bidoff, of course, we haven't came up with a nickname just yet, but the controller user as it stands. Yet to be christened. Ricardo Rivera's on a flyer of a lap here. The fellow Puerto Rican here, of course, Lizzie Alicea in the booth. Going to be cheering Ricardo on here. The Puerto Rico E-Racing Club. Going through Sector 3 now. And the pace is looking really good. 1/10 off of pole position, but this is going to be more than a 10th improvement as he heads to the line, accelerating now to even start another lap, and it's a 1:53.9, 3/10 over Casey Schutte. Ricardo Rivera dropping that time like it's hot.
Yep, he just did.
We have a few more drivers out on their laps. Christian Dubé here in the Mercedes. The AMG has not seen too much action in the past here. I think we saw one AMG in our 6-hour race on Saturday. Of course, that was yesterday. That was the RNL Roar team that we saw out there and putting in an incredible recovery drive, but that was the only one. We see here the Test Racing Esports with an incredible livery, might we add here, by Christian Dubé. I'm not sure if Christian is the maker of this livery, but if he is, my goodness, what a great job he's done. Nice gradient. Eric Gakassian would be proud.
Nice, I like it.
And a good message on the back, I guess. Maybe not the greatest, but you know. only slightly.
Yeah, I was gonna confirm. Yes, W, it is an Aston. He's driving.
Our team and Rivera had the same times. Matter team is 1:54 and what? Before?
Yeah,
Confused chrono.
yes.
Oh, until Ricardo broke it. Oh, okay. Is Casey in the Aston? I think you just answered that, Lizzie, didn't you? Yes.
Yes, he is in the Aston.
You can see that AMG looks extremely planted, and this is actually quite the lap from Dubé as he heads towards the line here. He's going to have the opportunity to start one more lap at that, and it's going to be P3. 5/10 off the pace there from Rivera. See if he can find that by the end here. You also have Enrique Baltazar, the Pigeon Racing. Of course, Ismail Kobus in chat, a fellow Pigeon Racing member. Yeah, Pigeon Racing. I said that. I don't know why. I thought I said racing wrong. To come across the line here with another very solid improvement. Look at that. The Brazilian almost to pole position. It's going to be a Puerto Rican and Brazilian shootout to pole, but never count out Vadik here. But Zaitsev, it's what we're going with. Number 63, Squadra Corsa Fuchsia competition livery. Also, another mention here, Wes Hepburn and Jace Wright, the controller king, have the exact same time down to the 10,000th of a second, 1:54.2. And Jace Wright will not be able to start another lap. He is actually on an invalid one this time around, and he will not make the checkered flag in time. So he is going to be on the dead pace with Wes Hepburn. That is not, well, nothing to shake a stick at, to put it lightly. That's incredible pace there. And yes, Wes Hepburn in chat as well. Burnsy, you're tied with a controller there. One driver here to keep an eye on, though. Definitely one not to count out at the last minute is going to be Enrique Baltazar in this McLaren Evo 2, the number 83 Pigeon Racing McLaren, to coming around these final few corners. He has a car in front of him. I don't think it's going to impede him too much. A bit of a moment in the final corner. He only needs to gain 1/10 as it stands. Coming now into the penultimate corner. Tight hairpin. Very planted. That McLaren is on rails for his setup there. Well, minus when he hits the curb. To the line. It's going to be not pole position. Oh my goodness. I thought he had it made. He had 2/10 in the final corner. He lost it. Henrique at the last possible second, 300ths off the pace there of Ricardo Rivera. The Puerto Rican manages to hold it.
Awesome.
Lizzie. Few more drivers out on track here. Actually yet to set a time. Juan Alvarez and Danny Madrano here. Daniel Madrano. Danielle.
Oops, what happened to Alvarez there?
That's going to be the end of his qualifying, whatever happened. The line, though, Danny Madrano, what's it going to be? A 1:56.3. To the line there, 25th position overall for Daniel Madrano. No blue tonight. Dom's visa, unfortunately, was canceled here. So Lizzie was able to make the flight out here to, I almost said Spain, to France, not too far away from Spain.
Wish. I wish.
Of course, we were in Spain
it was a
last
real
week.
plane. Mm-hmm.
But yes, Lizzie having to settle just for the Trackalicious amenities here in France, but joining me nonetheless. And thank you very much, Lizzie, in advance.
Yeah, happy to be here. So I can keep improving and learning from the pros.
Yeah, we got 90 minutes on the clock here tonight. A little bit more than Lizzie's used to commentating.
Well, it's fine. Remember, I did the 6-hour
I know. I'm well
enduro race before, so it's
aware.
fine with me.
Getting the ropes in now, though. But why don't we meet our drivers here, as we have quite a few to get through. We have here, starting in P1, the Puerto Rican driver of Ricardo Rivera, the Puerto Rican E-Racing Club, 787 here. An awesome livery as well to boot. Enrique Baltazar lining up there in the Pigeon Racing, the Brazilian in P2. Next to him will be Christian Dubé lining up in the second row there, but he could Zaitsev in P4, the number 63 Fuchsia. Next to him will be Fabiano De Gennaro in P5, of course, the German-Italian driver. We have Casey Schutte or the Italian-German, excuse me. Don't get those backwards. Casey Schutte in P6. Next in will be Wes Hepburn in P7. The dead equal time of Wes Hepburn is going to be Jace Wright with a controller to boot. We have Mike Burkov lining up in 9th position overall. Matt, our team, rounding out our top 10 here in the Audi. Kenneth Smith in P11. Next to them will be Quinn Smith in 12th. The Skechers Team WRT, number 46 on the plates, but 999 in game. Caio Jr., the Brazilian as well in the BMW. Lots of Brazilians on the grid here tonight. Next to him as well, a fellow Brazilian of Ismail Kobus, the Pigeon Racing BMW. Ricky Scott, the American in the Knox Racing McLaren, out there in P15. Next to him will be Drew Burakovsky in the Squadra Corsa Fuchsia as well. Chromix in P17 overall. Next to them will be Chris Rise in 18th. Ronaldo Velasquez, the Puerto Rican driver in the Puerto Rican E-Racing Club as well, AMG in P19. Stephen Poe in P20. Kevin Yu, 21st overall. Next to him will be Darren Thomas in the Army Vet 613. Awesome livery there from Darren Thomas. DeMarcus Rogers in 23rd overall. Next to them will be 24th of Steven Tomazic. Danny Madrano, 25th fastest. Next to Wassam. Never mind, it's going to be Wassam. Wassam Mughal? Apologies, Wassam. Devin Anthony in 27th overall. Next to him will be John Smith in 28th. Mike Patrick taking 29th. Next to Ramsey Connolly to round out our 30th slot. Stephen Music in P31. Benjamin Biddulph in 32nd. Eric Gakasi in 31st overall. Next to Oais Khan in 34th. Jason Provolone 35th, Zane Bliskett in 36th, Jason Provolone and Professor Kanotis in 37th, Jason Alvarez in 38th, and Ashley Forrester in 39th. The back of the grid or the pit lane as well, the 994 British BMW there. Cars are underway to begin their 3.5 mile outlap here at Paul Ricard. Lizzie, we have some exciting action here ahead of us, do we not?
Oh yes, this track is really interesting.
The British BMW, you know what I mean, the British driver in the German BMW. Yes, this is the calm before the storm. We're going to have cars driving in a straight line mostly. I think we're going to see some weaving here to get the heat into the tires. See them slamming on their brakes to get the heat into the brakes as well. It's very important to get your core temperatures up in your tires, not just your outer temperatures. Ashley's in a Porsche? Porsche? Ashley's no longer in this race.
No, she just joined. He just joined. It's on the pits right now. I just saw him in there.
They are in a Porsche.
Yeah, it is on the porch. I guess he's starting from the pits.
Dom, I'd like to see you say 39 drivers' names with their numbers and constructors and get them all correct. That's all I'm saying. Thank you, Atomic. Appreciate the love. The two drivers starting in the pits here tonight. I said before, Paul Ricard, very fun and exciting track. It's a fairly flat track, but with a bit of elevation on it. 30 meters of elevation in total. Has a 1 mile straight, 1.1 miles on the back straight. About 1/3 of this track is a straight line. Located in Castellet, France. 15 corners, 6 to the left, 9 to the right. Most of the corners, of course, coming in this Sector 3 here, where you're going to see a lot of drivers invalidating, and as well, mainly the issue with Sector 3 is you come off the back of a straight where your brakes end up getting extremely cold by the time you get to the braking zone, so when you go to try to get the car stopped for this heavy hairpin, well, you tend to overshoot it a little bit, misjudging the temperature in your tires and your brakes.
Thanks, Blue. And let's get ready.
Karu redeeming a hydrate, not a bad idea.
Yep. And before we go green.
Hour and a half on the clock. Got Molson in chat. Welcome, Molson. It's the drivers lineup here, 2x2 Noah's Ark formation. Ricardo Rivera on pole position. Next to him is going to be Henrique Baltazar. I'm Mike Noss in the booth. Joined with me is Lizzie Alicea as we get ready here to go green for the race at Paul Ricard. It's an hour and 30 on the clock. We're green, and it's an equal start for P1 and 2. Henrique Baltazar is actually going to be under a little bit of pressure behind from Christian Dubé as Vidic Stiziev getting really caught up. We're 3 wide behind there with Fabiano De Gennaro with the Ferrari squeezing the Bentley a little bit. The Bentley makes a little bit of contact as they go through the first chicane. Now, Vidic gets hit from behind. A little bit of track. I'm not sure really who's at fault for that. Anyways, Wes Hepburn now side by side in the Bentley has the WRT Audi behind him of Quinn Smith. Quinn Smith going to be making a lunge down the inside here into the tight, twisty part now. This is going to be the big setup onto the Mistral straight where everything is going to be at stake. You're going to see the drivers tucking into the slipstreams, and basically whoever is going to have the best slipstream and the best exit here is going to get the, well, most amount. Oh, is that Squadra Corsa Fuchsia? I think that's Jace Wright. I'm not sure who actually that is. Jace Wright almost gets their nose taken out there heading on to the Mistral, and Quinn Smith has had an abysmal exit, and the Bentley is going to go side by side now all the way down as they head to the Mistral curve. And Lizzie, my goodness, this action throughout the entirety of this field is insane on this first lap. But got to give them credit here. No yellow flags just yet.
Well, there was an incident. Somebody slept out. I don't know who it was.
Oh, there's a yellow flag now. My goodness. Oh, I shouldn't have said anything. Casey Schutte. Casey Schutte getting caught up in that. One of our higher up runners. Oh, no. I want to go back and see that. What has happened here is Casey Schutte was side by side with Quinn Smith. Casey, oh, he checks up onto Quinn, sends the WRT Audi around, and that collects just everybody. Somehow, only 2 cars ending off the track. Okay, make that a third. McLaren sending himself. I'm not sure how that McLaren ended up there, but holy smokes, we almost had a clean first lap. Up at the front, though, we are fully clean. Ricardo Rivera is away. Yes, thank you, David, on top of it. Wow, what a first lap here.
We got 2 cars on the pits. Kronotis and Broskowski.
Burkowski.
Burkowski? Okay, good. Kinda got it. Kinda.
Oh, side by side there. Oh my goodness, Mughal. I need to figure that. Is it Mughal? Mughal? Wassam.
Mughal? I cannot.
I know the first name is Wassam. That much I do know. But Wassam here definitely needs to get a grip on that car there as he almost came into contact with Stephen Poe and then Umar Kromex. That was very close. But everybody nip and tuck now onto the Mistral, and we see now the slipstreams are going to come into play. The drivers without these slipstreams and the sheer straight line speed as well coming in here. Can check in with the McLaren as we are approaching 286 there in terms of KPH. You see that Audi of Quinn Smith getting a little out of shape, ends up losing a position to Ronaldo Velasquez. Is that going to give the gap there to DeMarcus Rogers? Rogers for now, going to be patient. We see the bit of battling behind from Eric Gagosian, who's made up a ton of ground. Holy smokes. 8 positions up from P33 as it stands. The Bentley, the Armenian driver, is on a charge. The Audi of Quinn Smith is into the pits.
Yes.
As there is one mandatory pit stop, so serving it early is possible. I'm not sure that That car, though, has an hour and 30 minutes worth of fuel, or an hour and 25 minutes worth of fuel. We also got Huff in chat. Welcome, Huff. Got Farmer as well. Welcome. Thank you, everybody, for joining us tonight. The action has just begun. 10 seconds handed out there to Vadik Udsaitsev. That is from a previous race. We see Matter Team here chasing down his teammate, Jace Wright. They're going to be going side by side on the Mistral, heading towards Mistral curve. The 68 car is round, though, up there. I'm not sure who that is. That's Drew Burakovsky. They return to garage before anything happens. Jace Wright. Or they return to track. One of the two. I think they return to track.
I see a yellow flag. Well, Steve said. What happened to him?
I'm not sure. The Squadra Corsa Fuchsias are not going too well here tonight, though.
Dropped so many, like almost 4 places.
And there's the move there from Matter Team. Great job. Mike Burkov is dispatched as they almost get checked up there by that Lamborghini. That's a back marker. I think that's Burakovsky there. We can check the relatives. If ACC TV would be consistent, that is Drew Burakovsky there. So I have Umar Kromix gaining quite quickly here on Wassam. Almost gaining too quickly, in fact. That was a little bit scary. Is going to be under threat now from Vadik. Vadik is going to have the overspeed, able to just blow by him like it's nothing. Leaving Umar Kromix looking like he is in a different class there as a result of that error. Now Vadik next on the list is going to be Wassam Mughal. Mughal. I think it's Mughal.
Mughal? Like a J?
I think Mughal. I'm not sure. I need any... I'm not sure. Is there any... what would you... Middle Eastern people in chat? Or anyone that could help us out with that sort of pronunciation? I think that is more of a Middle Eastern pronunciation.
See Vadik there in the straight. Next to Mughal. And it seems like Mughal's not quite yet ready to give that position.
Now he's holding on quite well as it stands. A little bit of McLaren on Ferrari action here. Stephen Poe, or excuse me, that is, yeah, Stephen Poe. No, it's not. What am I talking about? Umar Kromix. That's Umar Kromix. You need to pull the relatives up here. This is a little bit easier to follow. In Jeremy, I can't do that. It doesn't, my brain doesn't work like that. It needs to be proper. Mughal. Thank you, Vezi. Absolute legend. My brain works only sometimes. Mughal. Thank you very much. Vadik, what's happened to Vadik?
Vadik. He was gaining some ground and all of a sudden again he lost it.
Sharpenberry, welcome. Redeeming a hydrate, and Kev John redeeming a hydrate as well. Let's see what happened here to Vadik into the first chicane. The back end looking a bit unstable coming through there. It does regain control and he just loses it. I think this might be a setup problem. I think Vadik has made a car that is a little too on the edge. The Lamborghini is one of those cars where if you want to be quick in it, you need to have a setup that is very, very volatile, to say the least. And well, I think he might have leaned a little bit too heavily towards the side of volatility for that.
And I just saw Eric overtaking Bliskid back there as he head on the straight right now.
Mughal. Okay, Mughal, is that better?
Mughal.
Languages are hard, everybody. We do see a battle, though, for the podiums. or a change in the podiums, rather. De Gennaro and Christian Dubé, the Italian-German driver.
Oh, no!
What's happened?
What happened there? He just went wide and lost positions there.
Eric the Boss Gakas in... what's the word I was looking for there? I'm not sure. Perfect. Awesome. Okay, Mughal. Thank you.
Mughal?
Yes.
Perfect. Okay, good.
Thank you very, very much, Vezi. Appreciate that. So, Wasim Mughal. And Eric here, kind of relinquished onto his own little pack here for now. Benjamin Biddulph chasing him down. Ashley Forster not too far behind. Also have Jason Provolone, the stinky cheese man, in front, battling with Zane Blisket and Mike Patrick. In terms of that podium battle, De Gennaro has firmly made it through and is by. Christian Dubé left without a response. Henrique Baltazar, the Pigeon Racing, needs to find a little bit more pace in that McLaren. He had great quali pace. It's fallen off a little bit in terms of the race pace. We do have a Vadik Odsaitsev at some point on board lap. I do remember that. Who's the fastest Lambo? The highest position Lambo is going to be Jace Wright with a 155.4. Kenneth Smith, the 156. Yeah, probably Jace Wright with a 155.4.
Oh, little bump right there by Medrano. I
Ooh.
think it was. He just threw him off the tracks. Yes, Medrano it was.
Yes, indeed. Big hit to the barrier. I also need to change my graphics settings as the game looks terrible. Let's
I
take
need
a
to
look here.
Lower my brightness, but I think it still looks good anyway.
Oh.
So.
As the Lamborghini washes wide there a little bit, takes the Ferrari out with it. And a full onboard lap for Jace Wright as well. Jason Provolone and Danny Medrano have rejoined the track together. My goodness. Assuming he can rejoin the track. Oh no! Zaitsev's going to be absolutely fuming after that one, knowing him. And he actually peels into the pits. He's done. He's like, get me in the clean air. I can't deal with this right now. Fair enough, Jace. Fair enough. As the guys in the truck do the quick switch, thank you. Brought to you by Jeremy Cubbage, the Noobs Are Us, sponsoring the graphic settings. And let's take a look at Jace Wright, who is currently under threat on the Mistral straight from Matt, our team. He needs to go defensive here. Speeds reaching, where the heck is it? 279, 280. Squeezing a little bit there. Up to about 281 kph in a straight line there after 1.1 miles of being flat out. We're gaining on a back marker. Oh, we're washing way too wide. Jace Wright closes the gap very tightly back onto Matter Team. Matter Team very hesitant to go for the overtake. He's not sure when the gap is going to be there. I will say I don't blame him. That's going to be Kevin Yu, who's very out of position.
Yeah.
Man, that Jace Wright is battling that car. You can see the unhuman wrist movement.
We got a Steve Sit, Badi coming out of the pits.
Going to be rejoining pretty much right in front of us here.
Yes.
Although down a lap. And Fiesta redeeming a Kenneth Smith lap as well. No problem. As Jace right there does end up putting in a 156.7 that lap. Why don't we take a look now at Kenneth Smith, who's also in another Lamborghini. Evo 2. Has the likes of Chris Rise behind them, though. Chris Rise is going to be in that Porsche. The straight line speed's going to be down comparatively, I would imagine, to the Lamborghini for the Porsche. So we see that speed rocketing here. Lizzie seeing speeds that she's never seen on this track. Of course, Lizzie driving the Ginetta in the Monday Rookie Series. She knows what the rev limiter sounds like. But
yeah, that was the last season. Hopefully when I drive on this track again, it will be in a much faster car on the straight for sure.
The 63 car is off again. That's Vadik. Vadik, this is a race to forget for him. I don't know if you
Yeah,
wanna
the
pop on
car's
board
not
with him.
quite. The car's not quite working for him tonight.
No, it definitely seems like a setup issue. If that'd be my guess. I just don't think he got the car set up properly.
He's just standing there on the sides of the track.
Kenneth, though, got to give him some credit here. He's a very planted setup, and he has a great view of the action up ahead. We come to the line there. Ismail Kobus up ahead. Kenneth Smith, though, a 1:55.9. Pretty good pace. Umar Kromix behind, chasing down Wes Hepburn. Wes Hepburn struggling for pace in that box 3 Schmidt Motorsport Bentley. Currently down in P10. Lapping 1:56.9 as well. Maybe a bit out of practice with the Bentley. This is the 2018 Bentley, I'm pretty sure, that Wes Hepburn's driving. Vadik, did you get your setup wrong? I didn't get your full onboard lap. If you'd like to change it to another driver, you feel free. I just didn't see you get a full lap.
Just saw a bit of overtaking Eric back there.
Drive-through penalty picked up for Khan. Jace, you got it. Casey Schutte, though, we're going to stick with this for right now. Is Casey Schutte tucking out of the slipstream. He's got that damaged McLaren in front of him. He's going to have the inside line for the Mistral curve, but that's about another half mile down the road. Casey Schutte is firmly ahead before we get to that point in the Reckless Racing GT3. You also have Ricky Scott going for the move on the inside there of the wounded Velasquez. Actually, that car looks like it's in showroom condition. Never mind. Rear damage, then pressures. Yeah, just one of those races. One of those races where if something can go wrong, it will. Can pick up that Jace Wright lap here. As he just began his lap, heading into Sector 1, still with Matter Team behind. That Audi has some pretty good straight line speed, or good exit speed, I should say, if he can unleash it. The Lamborghini, though, is in a similar boat, if I'm not mistaken. Of course, they have the exact same engine, so I'd imagine they do. You can hear that V10 engine roaring down the straight. Lamborghini's been a very strong car as of lately, I think. Definitely saw quite a few of them at Spa in the 6 hour. I think we just saw a disconnect, unfortunately. I'm not sure who that was from. Wow, the wheel getting really unstable under braking there into the Mistral curb for Jace, but he manages to keep it under control. That's just that knife's edge setup there for Jace. Of course, like I said before, in order to extract the most amount of pace in these Lamborghinis, you have to push your setup to that very limit where you need, or you, well, find the limit of grip pretty much every corner. It's a very stressful way to drive, to be honest. Vadik, can't be frustrated about it, you know. You gotta just, it happens, right? You got good races and you got bad races. This was one of those bad races, and you move on from it and you look forward to the next one. It's really all you can do.
Oh, yellow flag with Poe and Tomasic there. I don't know what happened.
Uh-oh.
Both were off the track.
Take a look.
Rejoining.
But imagine
we can watch that replay.
Imagine there's contact involved here. As there's a Ferrari off the track rejoining and crossing lanes on rejoin. Steven was not expecting that. He holds his brakes and sits in the middle of the road. Great job from Steven. Perfect. I mean, no fault of Steven on that one. Thank you, Vadik.
Yeah, but now you get to enjoy the commentary.
We have Zane Blisket here in the Dragon Soup Red Cola. What a name for a team. Chasing down Stephen Poe.
Thomas have a quite interesting livery. It says Army on the back, and I don't know what else.
Thank you.
On top.
I'm really glad you pointed that out, actually. I wanted to go over that livery at some point because, yes, that livery is incredible. Where's Thomas at currently in position?
He is in 11 right now.
Perfect. Yeah, Darren Thomas here with the Army Vet livery. I want to really check this one out. This one is awesome. The Freedom Isn't Free livery of the United States of America. Now this is an awesome livery. Of course, massive shout out to any veterans in chat, any listening. Thank you guys so much for your service. We appreciate you beyond words.
Oh, look at that side. That's so awesome.
Absolutely incredible livery. Like I say, thank you. Thank you to any branch, any form of military service out there. Thank you guys, regardless of what country you're from as well. Darren Thomas there showing his support, and great message there to be shown.
Awesome. Something happened to Hepburn.
Uh-oh.
He's on the pit. Okay.
Oh, did he make a stop?
Okay.
I think he made a stop.
I got scared for a second. I got scared. I was like, what happened?
What happened to Kenneth Smith, though? Kenneth Smith, who he had some love thrown his way in chat earlier. I think he's had a bit of an unforced error here in Sector 1.
Oh.
Let's see what happened here. We're heading on to the Mistral. Oof, or are we? I'm not sure where we are. Are we in Sector 3? We're heading on the Mistral, yes. And the back end just kind of goes, well, loose. And a very safe rejoin from Kenneth. Gotta give him credit for that. We have Wassam. Shoot. He's battling here. Mughal.
Oh, what happened to the Anthony? Whoa, he just spins out of the track.
Ooh. Quick rejoin.
And C Junior, oh my God, we got so much incidents going on. Everybody's slipping out of the track.
Oh, that's Ricky Scott on the inside. I'm not sure. That's going to be one for the stewards, no doubt. But Devin Anthony, the result is the same for him. He is stranded off on the paint on the outside of the track. I think we caught one of your incidents on stream, maybe two of them, but you had a couple. I think we didn't catch all of them, Vadik. Like I say, definitely a race to forget, and, once again, it is what it is. You spun 3 times? Yeah, I think we might have caught 2 of them. Hydrate being redeemed from Kev John. Thank you, Kev, as that's a great reminder to chat as well. Hydrate up, everybody. Sharpenberry, hydrating as well.
Oh, thank you. I am hydrating with water. Thank you.
On board with Mike Noss. I'm not sure how that one's going to fully work. Side by side down the straight we go, though. Ronaldo Velazquez is going to get by Ricky Scott. The AMG straight line speed showing its legs there. As Ricky Scott exploring the outside of the track, just doing some data gathering, seeing what the line is like when you invalidate. And Mughal greater than Verstappen. Yep. As it stands, he is in a higher position than Max Verstappen in this race. There's no denying that. Wassam up in P10 in the McLaren. I am honestly not sure. One Bigley.
Yeah, we got 2 rep plates on the track tonight. One of them is on the pits, and the other one's on the track, and the other one is, yeah, Mughal.
Eric in the fridge. Yes, Eric is in fact in a fridge currently. He is in a boat, sailing across the Mistral Sea. Well, not quite. He actually just got off the sea. He's now coming through the harbor into the start-finish straight. That was a terrible analogy. Checking in here on Kobus. Kobus going for the move on to Matter Team here. That's going to be down the Mistral straight. The BMW showing its legs now versus the Audi. The Audi does struggle for straight line speed in terms of its top end. Has great low end torque, but the BMW there showing that it is quicker in a straight line. The Brazilian driver making quite easy work, in fact, a Matter Team, I might even say, in the United States Racing. Wait, American United Racing. Why did I say? I mean, sure, United States Racing. The United driver from the United States, Ricky Scott, battling still with Velazquez. The McLaren is going to be stronger through the high-speed corners than the AMG. Of course, the AMG, a little bit of a boat itself, but more of a streamlined, not quite a streamlined yacht, more of a speedboat than a streamlined yacht like the Bentley. Steven Tomazic here, having a battle with a McLaren. Lamborghini went back to its first model for the straight. What do you mean by that, Zuka? Not sure. I'm not picking up what you're putting down on that one. The tractor? Ah. Okay. That's pretty funny. Yes. I get it.
Because we're matching the same time as the P1.
Now, this is an interesting fact that I didn't know. Did Lamborghini make tractors before it made cars? Is this a true fact? I'm assuming that's what I'm picking up from your message. I didn't know that to be true if that is the case. Because they did? That's hilarious. Oh my, okay. I'm stealing that one, Zuka. Thank you. I did not know that, and I am 100% stealing that. Lambo does still make tractors, yes, of course. Anyone that's watched Clarkson's Farm would know.
Zuka the bazooka.
He has performed excellent on Thursdays. Can't wait to see him in some more leagues. Surprised we don't see you out here on Sunday, Zuka. That's awesome. Yeah, Lamborghini going back to their roots for straight line speed. I love that. You're in the race tomorrow. Oh, okay, awesome. You're in the rookies. Lovely.
Are you gonna join me tomorrow?
You better not be in the red plates, Zuka. That's all I'm saying. Wes Hepburn does get by Steven Music here. Or no, it's Kenneth Smith, excuse. No, that is Steven Music.
Oh yeah, he can definitely not be on the red plates.
What I am seeing in game, or what I see on my data sheet, doesn't fully reflect what I see on the game sometimes. Speaking of data sheets that I forgot to connect, Pitwall is now live. You're an AM driver? Get out of there, Zuka. You need to be a white plate, man.
Yeah, definitely he needs to be on the white plates.
Get your butt out of the red plates and get up in the whites. That's where you belong. Talk with either Professor Chronotis or Eric Gakassian in Discord, and they can get you sorted with that. I'd highly, like I say, I think you'll have a better time racing in that class anyways. Yeah, Chrono, lovely. Chrono's in chat. Perfect.
Awesome. There you go, taken care of.
Incredible admin, Professor Chronotis, of course. Thank you very much, Chrono, for all the work you do. And all of the work that you prevent people from doing by making your AI for us. Maybe not AI, but robot.
Chrono has his own bot.
Chrono basically is a bot,
Oh.
to be completely honest.
See, I didn't know that. Instead of Professor Kenodas, we should call it Chrono the bot.
Domo arigato, Mr. Chronotos. That's terrible.
Oh my god. Seriously?
Zane Blisket on track chasing down Steven Tomazic. Steven's under some massive threat here, as that's actually not for position behind them. John Smith is a bit further back. That actually next to them is going to be John Smith for position. I don't know why, once again, my data sheet doesn't reflect what you see in game sometimes. I tried.
Chromix overtook D. Thomas there, sorry for the interruption.
No.
And he's chasing Rice at the moment. They having quite a battle there. Let's see if it gets sorted out now in the straight.
Chromix here gonna have the straight line edge, I would imagine, over Chris Rise. Let's take a look. I'm curious. What is this Porsche getting up to in a straight line? This is, of course, the 992. You can hear that flat 6 boxer engine roaring down the straight, getting up to 267, 270. Are we gonna hit 280? The AMG was hitting 280. And I think the McLaren was, okay, no, the Porsche is extremely slow. Oh my goodness.
They almost got it be white there.
Oh, the Porsche's is abysmally slow.
But you saw that? Chromix just made it through.
Chromix made it through with a little bit of contact. I think we saw a little bit of argy-bargy action there from, I'm not sure if it was Thomas or Chromix, or both, quite frankly. Chris Rye is getting swallowed up there on the end of the straight. The turbocharged engines there of Darren Thomas and the McLaren of Chromix getting by that naturally aspirated flat 6 at the end like it's in a different class. And yeah, Morico, Porsche is all torque, no power. Yeah, I mean, that was a fine example of that right there. Dan.
Yo, Baltazar going to the pits.
Jag has a lot of torque. Man, that's a car that I haven't seen I think the last time I saw that car was the 12 hour, no, was it? Yeah, it was 12 hours of Bathurst. Of course, our Tracklicious 12 hours of Bathurst was the last one I saw that at, where it was, who piloted that to a podium? Why am I forgetting? The Quebec Quasar of, Dom, are you still in chat? I need your assistance for this one. Why am I forgetting?
Oh Oh, a little bit of contact there by Balthazar and Blisket at the end of the straight.
Oh, they're in a terrible position.
Yes, they are.
They do rejoin safely. Let's take a look. Is that McLaren? Maybe a little caught out here with the car rejoining that track as we head into the corner. Oh, the McLaren not paying any mind to Balthazar. Balthazar definitely was fully alongside there. Yeah, I think we might see that one in the stewards' reports afterwards. We'll see. Could be chalked up to a racing incident. I'm not a steward, but just from my eye, that's what it looked like. Just calling it as I see it. Ashley Forrester here chasing down Stephen Poe in the BWT Porsche. Stephen Poe in the Poe Motorsports. Looks like the Fiat Motorsports. The, what is that? Oh, a little bit of a slide there mid-corner. Stephen Poe struggling for traction. Needs to be careful as that Henrique Baltazar is right behind them as well, and Henrique definitely has the pace. He has made his pit stop. He's actually going to be looking to get by here, probably without too much of a fight. We'll see if Ashley Forrester does battle here or let him by in the end. Ooh, that sucks, Morco. It's tough. You know, it happens sometimes. You can't blame the league organizers, you know. Technical issues, they happen, and at the end of the day, it kind of is what it is. We unfortunately have run into similar issues here at Trackalicious, you know. Oh, yes. The Gallardo. You got to get the Gallardo out there. Now, that is a car that I actually don't think I've seen in a, like, official race. I know I've seen it one time, but I don't remember who it was. Whoa! What a move from Kyle Jr. Okay, a little bit of bumping and banging there through the third sector into the penultimate corner. Kyle Jr. definitely making his presence known. He gets by Steven Music, and I don't think Steven is going to be too thrilled about that. Kenneth Smith not able to take advantage of that as well. In terms of our race leaders, haven't checked in with them for a while. They don't got too much going on as it stands. Pretty decent gaps for them comfortably. For Ricardo Rivera, the Puerto Rican E-Racing Club is going to be leading this, the 787 in P1 by about 5.5 seconds over Christian Dubé. Dubé with a great result there as well in the Test Racing Esports. The Canadian driver in P2 with Ismail Kobus trailing behind in third position by about 20 seconds. So Ismail not quite on the pace there of our top two. We also have Jace Wright, who is tailing right behind him, 2 seconds, and Matt Artim, and this is where the battle lies, really, is basically from fourth downwards. Nailbender showing some love there for the strong arm pass, yeah.
What happened to Provolone and C Jr. back there?
Uh-oh.
I think it was really quick there, already rejoined, but I just missed it. Think it was a little bump or something?
As that is a BMW rapidly gaining on Provolone, and I think I can see where this is already going. Oh, Provolone got a wiggle, actually, and the BMW went full send. Provolone, I'm not sure left... Well, he left enough space. He definitely left enough space. That is going to be one for the stewards. Provolone did make a mistake, which led up to that, which is very interesting. Welcome, Nailbender. Welcome. Appreciate you tuning in.
D. Thomas and Cromix having a battle here.
For position 6, this is.
Yes.
We're heading down to the first chicane now, the inside line for Darren Thomas. I think Darren Thomas was behind Umar Kromix. In the initial engagement, Umar turning in very early. He does open his wheel back up, though, realizing he needs to leave room for the BMW that was going to be surely on his inside. They stick side by side now into the second corner, well, third corner, depending on how you look at it. Into the hotel and through Virage du Campo, or du Camp, that's right, du Campo is a different track. And now heading on to the Mistral Straight.
Yeah, the Thomas managed to keep the position. Kromix overtook him on the last lap, if I'm not mistaken.
McLaren gaining there a little bit in that slipstream. I think the BMW and the McLaren are fairly evenly matched in terms of their straight line speed. Of course, we saw these two battling with Chris Rise a bit earlier, and their straight line speed was definitely superior to the Porsche there. Of course, this track is all about straight line speed. What has happened here
Another
to Jason
flag
Provolone?
with Provolone. Yes, I just saw that. I guess we got it both at the same time.
Yeah, Provolone here, not with a great race. Looking fairly tidy through the Mistral curve, but the front end just, I think that is another setup issue. I mean, we saw it with Vadik. I know Vadik can chat earlier, but potentially a setup issue for Jason Provolone would be my assumption why he would be all over the place like that. It's just so uncharacteristic of those drivers to be doing things like that, but you know, you get your setup wrong, and that could be the result. This battle here for P16, Quinn Smith, Zane Blisket, and Henrique Baltazar, I guess for P15 more or less, is going to be heating up here. We see the Dragon Soup Red Cola of Zane Blisket. It's just such a strange culmination of words to have in the same sentence. His last lap, 157.9 compared to Quinn Smith's 155.5 and a 155. Oh, okay, well, we just came across. Okay. Casey Schuty's in the pits, which kind of put a loop to what I was seeing, and Umar Kromix comes in the pits, so that battle is actually going to be resolved for right now, but Zane Blisket and Kobus are now going to be going at it, as Kobus is fresh out of the pits.
Oh, yellow flag for Bidoff there? Or
we need a...
went,
we have a full onboard for Bidoff as well. Thank you for, yeah. We also need to do that at some point. We'll do that after he comes out of the pits, obviously.
Yeah.
Wet Sox, welcome. Here to support Provolone. Wet Sox, I hate to break it to you. Provolone has not, it ain't easy being cheesy, and Provolone has proved it this race. It's been a bit of a struggle. That 296 is on a knife's edge in terms of the setup, I think. He has been all over the place. Side by side here.
He just went into the pits.
Is he going to be coming back out? That's the question. Wow, we're going to be staying side by side. Stephen Tomazic and Henrique Baltazar here. Oh, that's Ramsey Connolly, excuse me. Ramsey Connolly a bit wide, though, off the track. You can pull the relatives back up. Gets confusing without. And these guys, no love lost. My goodness, they're staying side by side for 5 different corners. I think Stephen Tomazic and the Big Brain Racing BMW is going to manage to take the position firmly. A bit further up ahead, we also have Wassam Mughal. He is chasing down Chris Rise. Chris Rise, we've seen come a crop to the McLarens so far, especially on the Mistral Straight, which we're going to be approaching now. Mughal needs to get a good exit. Well, it doesn't look like he's even going to need that. I think he's going to, well, get his elbows out a little bit there. Chris Rise might not be the most happy with that racing, but I think we stayed fully on the track. I think that was all fair there. Mughal is fully by before getting onto the Mistral as well. Chris Rise, don't think is going to have the answer. He will have the slipstream, but does he have the straight line speed? Definitely has the acceleration. is going to stick with him, actually, and is gaining. The slipstream showing its power here. He's up to 283, 284. He's going to tuck out of it. This is where the drag is going to start to hit him, but he has the inside line for the corner. This is the Porsche's strong suit here. But it's also the McLaren's as well. High-speed corners are the McLaren's strongest part. And, well, the McLaren manages to hold that firmly ahead. Mughal.
Yeah, we got the leader going into the pits.
Interesting.
And Dubé went to the pits too.
Interesting. That's really early.
Mm-hmm.
As I mean, we are approaching that. I mean, I guess we're halfway through we're halfway into this race, I suppose, but I feel like the leaders would be wanting to stay out there a bit longer.
We are in the halfway mark.
Maybe their tires are just that much. They're suffering that much. I don't know. They could be going for a tire change here. I'd be surprised, though. Paul Ricard, not the most abrasive circuit. Any drivers in chat, correct me if I'm wrong. Is Paul Ricard, is it brutal on the tires on this? But I figured with the Mistral straight, it wouldn't be that bad. As, you know, 1/3 of your lap is in a straight line, so...
Yeah, Biddle just got out of the pits. Music just went to the pits.
And that's also a good point from Cronotus in chat, saying now is the best time if you're going to take tires to do it. If you pit much later, you're really not getting the most benefit out of the tires in the fact that you get to stretch it equally now for 2 stints. And Vadik, the layout that we use is the 2019 layout, yeah. So... I'm not sure on that. At least I thought we were using the 2019 layout.
Yeah, he knew Velasquez is Puerto Rican. He has the Puerto Rican flag on his livery. So we got 2 Puerto Ricans in track.
Oh, ACC doesn't have the 2019 layout? Really? Okay. I thought this was added, though, after. I don't know. I mean, I'm sure you're right. My notes has it as 2019. Dead game? Yeah, a little bit. I think that is a little bit of the case, unfortunately, Huff. Alright, well, I'm going to update my notes, and we're going to put this as the current layout from 2018. Change that one, but nonetheless, we still have 15 corners, 6 to the left and 9 to the right. This track founded in 1970. It hasn't really changed much since its founding. Just different layouts. I think this track has 167 different layouts, if I'm not mistaken, in terms of different orientations for the track, anywhere from 0.4 of a kilometer all the way up to the 3.5 mile circuit that we see, and I think there's even a little bit longer one.
Well, I see Rivera catching up to Mughal and Rice right there on the straight. Mughal right now positioning on P2 and Rice on P3.
We do see a stop-go 30 penalty for Devin Anthony. I think he picked that up for speeding in the pit lane. You hate to see that. Devin Anthony is going to be devastated. Needs to serve that within 3 laps or he will be receiving a disqualification.
Got Jason Wright pitting.
Yeah, and we got Burakovsky in chat as well. It just isn't the greatest race for the Fuchsia competition team this time around. Definitely Paul Ricard, one of those tracks to forget. And yeah, you can see this pit layout here is how quickly you go from the start-finish straight, and the pit line basically is on entry. It's kind of ridiculous. So easy to pick up speeding in the pits. That was speeding? I think so too, Chrono. I wasn't going to say anything, but I agree. I think that Chris Rise, I think, just overcooked it into the pit lane.
Well, here we go. We got Ribera and Mogal. P1 and P2. This is going to be interesting now that they're about to go to the straight.
We see, yeah. This is going to be a battle for position technically, but Mughal does still need to pit. They're going for the overcut strategy here. Pull up the overall here. Let's see. I think Chris Rise got away with it. I don't see a penalty picked up. Chris Rise, I think, got away with that one. That was close, though. We do see the change in lead.
Ribera just went back to the first position.
Mughal not fighting that. He knows his pace. He definitely let that one by. You can see the pace difference. 2 seconds difference in pace separating these two drivers. I think Rivera on fresh tires.
Exactly. Oh, I see Kim Smith back there having a little yellow flag moment. I don't know what happened. Maybe he went wide on that last turn.
He's just going and doing some data collection again. You know, we've seen it before. Yep, just he's seeing what the tires would do when they heat up a little bit like that. Unfortunately.
D. Thomas and Rice on the straight, and D. Thomas just overtook him right there at the end of the straight.
We see Mughal come into the pits for their mandatory stop. Christian Dubé takes second position. Carter Rivera back to leading this race, and Henrique Baltazar in P3. Battles on track are a little bit spread right now. They are coming closer, though. Umar Kromix here is catching Chris Rise, but we still have a few drivers out of positions due to the fact that most drivers have taken their pit stop, but not quite all of them. Still about maybe a fifth of the grid needs to take their pit stops. We are seeing them come in, though, thick and fast. Umar here. Going to be trying to negotiate this position away from Chris Rise.
Oh, what happened to Dubé? Oh, he spins a little bit there out of the track after the straight, causing...
Oh, the McLaren, that's Juan Alvarez. Just absolutely barrels into the wall, picks up a drive-through penalty maybe from that. I'm not sure if that was from that or not. Let's go back and take a look at what just happened here.
You hate to see it.
This is our P2 sitter. Loses it into the corner. The car just with not enough grip, well, just too quickly in, and the McLaren had the save, but they quickly corrected their steering wheel. They were clear of it. They just kind of, I think they tried to, I bet if you go on board with them, I bet they snapped their steering wheel to the right, and that caused that. It's a very easy mistake to make. Very unfortunate.
Who was that crashed into the wall?
Juan Alvarez.
Oh, God.
Down in P30 in the Inception Racing McLaren here, the 135.
Oh, something happened with music, too, right there after the straight. I think he lost control. He managed to recover it, but going a little wide to join. Safe joining, yes.
You take a look here through the Mistral curb. Or is that T1? I'm not sure. Oh, man, Ricky Scott, lucky to avoid that one. Is that rear left tire looks to be screaming for some of these drivers. I think it's just they're putting too much pressure onto it through these corners. Is that Sector 3 is where you really abuse it, and for the first sector and Sector 3. is where the majority of that abuse goes onto the left-hand side of your car. You don't compromise your setup accordingly. Maybe have a different... Just these tracks that lean really heavily on one side of the track. Zandvoort's another example. I know it's not really the best comparison, as you're like, oh, Zandvoort and Paul Ricard, similar tracks? No, they are in the way that they both wear the left-hand side of your tires extremely heavily. Also have John Smith here battling with Ramsey Connolly in the McLaren. The heart of racing of John Smith. And also Casey Schutte and Chris Rise actually now going side by side. Down the Mistral straight we go. Chris Rise is going to be on the inside here. We have Casey Schutte on the outside. Chris Rise holding it for now. Casey with a switchback, though. A lovely switchback move. He's going to have the inside now, coming into the Sector 3 corners now through... I'm not pronouncing that corner.
I don't even know what the name of it is. But nice overtake by Casey Schutte.
Bowset?
Oh, what happened to Poe? Oh, whoa.
Uh-oh, Matter Team as well.
Hit Blisket there. I don't know. It's Poe.
Who's the other
Blisket
driver?
Right at the end.
Blisket, okay.
Blisket, yeah. It was the last turn. Something happened before the last turn there. I couldn't see it. I just saw the yellow flag there.
Oof. Interesting incident, honestly. Not sure what to make of it. That's one for the stewards. Back to the battle here with John Smith and Ramsey Connolly.
Yeah, Blisket and Poe ended up going into the pits after that incident.
And Vidic will only use the Datsun at Monza. Interesting. And drive-through penalty picked up for Khan. He is serving in.
We still got that full on board with Bidoff. I don't know if we.
Oh yeah, you're right. Thank you.
We got the other ones done before the end of the race.
I think I've got.
Look on the chat.
I think I got all of them so far, but I have not got Bidoff. You are absolutely right. Let's go on board with Bidoff. You can see the controller at work here. The number 76 Audi, a little deep into the corner, maybe a bit of pressure, but we're going to be starting our lap now. You can hear that traction control kicking in onto TC4. Interesting. ABS 4 as well. Stop go 30 picked up for Zane Blisket. It's going to be speeding in the pit lane. And, well, Bidoff listens to the stream apparently as he drops it down to TC3. And Zuka, thank you for dropping in. Have a good night, Zuka.
Yeah, good night.
Bidoff with a bit of a short shift there.
He better not be listening to the stream. I cannot do that. It would be so distracting for me.
I know some drivers do. Oh, nice save from Benjamin Bidoff as he heads on to the straight now, the Mistral straight. We're going to see what sort of top speed we got climbing the gears now up into top gear now. And now it's going to be a nice flat out drive, a lift of the throttle because Ismail Kobus is approaching as a front marker, just letting him by before we get to the twisty, windy bits of Sector 3 where it's going to be a bit more difficult to do so. Gets on the brakes a little bit late there because we lifted off on the straight. Definitely low on the top speed there. Or low on the minimum speed, I should say. The goal there is Sector 3, really. It's a fast-flowing... It's Sector 3, this is one of those tracks that you have to really drive and put the laps in to get good at because it's such a flowy Sector 3. Every single corner that you do, you're compromising one apex to set up for the next, and you can't drive on reactions, which is what...
So true. So true.
yeah, if you don't have enough experience, you're driving on reactions, and that can really cause you to make some pretty, I mean, oh no, Benjamin picks up a drive-through penalty after invalidating the final corner. Oh my goodness, Biddulph. We picked the right lap to go on board with him.
Commentator curse.
Biddulph gonna have to serve that within 3 laps, otherwise he will receive a disqualification. You see a bit further up though, Stephen Poe battling with Eric the Boss Kakos. He did soil it.
Well, Jeremy, I watch the stream, and if I listen to it, I think I just put it at 2%, and I barely hear Mike commentating. I only leave it open just to support the stream, but I cannot focus on Mike's commentary. I would mess up my driving. Oh, something happened. No.
Zane's
okay.
out of the
Somebody's
pits.
spitting.
Served to stop,
okay,
go 30. And, yep, charged indeed. A drive-through penalty for an off-track. That was his 4th off-track. And he was rewarded with a drive-through penalty as a result. We see Stephen Poe battling with Eric here. Eric has Henrique Baltazar in front, towing him along. Down the inside, though, goes the Ferrari. This is a battle for P22. Eric is wide, and that's going to be the Ferrari 396 through pretty easily. Eric with a switchback attempt, though. He's going to have the outside line coming into the hairpin. He's going to look down the inside potentially. Doesn't quite have the late enough, or the gumption to go onto the brakes late enough. He pushes along now on to the penultimate corner, through the final corner now. Going to be trying to set it up into T1, not Stephen Poe. Eric Gakosian is going to be trying to set it up into T1 here in that Bentley. Bentley has shown it has a pretty good straight line speed compared to some of these other cars. The brakes, though, a little bit lack there to be desired, clearly. As Eric's struggling to get the car stopped into the corner. Casey Schutte has caught up with Chromix here. Biddulph rejoining the track in front. No, that's not Biddulph, excuse me. That's Devin Anthony in front. Biddulph rejoining behind. And our current race leader is leading the race by quite some margin. 20 seconds, respectively, for Ricardo Rivera over Christian Dubé.
Yeah, everybody almost have a gap in between them, so I haven't seen any battles.
Casey Schutte lining up in his sights here. Umar Chromix, I think he smells blood in the water. Chromix there under threat. He's got no slipstream partner in front of him, but he does have a car slipstreaming him, and it's way late on the brakes there. Actually, no, it's not. It's just early on the brakes for Casey. Casey not wanting to go for anything too ambitious and ending their race early on here. Still 27 minutes left to go in this race, so plenty of time to get this overtake done. Casey very patient, not one to make a reckless decision. Hence his car name, I will admit, is not quite fitting for his actions.
Oh, Blisket off the track. I don't know if he lost it there, or if it was contact there.
Yeah, charged. I don't know. He's on another planet right now. Eric is battling with Stephen Poe as it stands. The boss battling the Ferrari. We see that Preggy Wives, Ad Lives, Box 3, Schmidt Motorsport, Yitcow Racing Special, whatever you want to call it. Heading now down the Mistral. sort of top speed are we seeing for the Bentley again? Are we going to hit the 280s? I think we are pretty... Oh, we're going to hit it easily. My goodness, that Bentley is a rocket ship. Woo. But it is not planted on rails. Eric struggling a little bit to stay with Stephen Poe in the corners. Jace Wright is behind with the blue flag as well. Steers like a rocket ship too. Fair enough. I love it. As it needs some dampeners and thrusters just to get it through a corner sometimes. I can relate with that. And thank you, Style. Lexa Style for the follow. Not sure why, but my events are not being displayed. I can't see follows or anything like that for whatever reason. It's very odd. Am I signed? I am signed. Okay, I'm not sure why I can't see that. But we're not going to worry about that right now, as we had a few... The guys in the truck were struggling with some technical difficulties pre-stream. Looks like they have been worked out since. Knock on wood. The 135 of Alvarez is off as well. Thank you very much. Charged for the follow as well. Alvarez picking up a drive-through penalty. I see that it's showing on the stream, but that's the only place I can see it. So I got to look really, really quickly in order to catch the name and hope that I can read it in time and hope that I can pronounce it.
Yeah, Alvarez off track.
He doesn't look like he's coming back on either.
Maybe the car won't start. Did he hit the wall? Because I couldn't catch what happened.
I'm not sure. Could be technical difficulty. We'll see.
So Junior overtook Smith there.
He got a little out of shape under braking there. A bit of a wiggle. Wes Hepburn.
They've been battling for a while.
Wes Hepburn has found the back of Chris Rise's car. I'm not sure how long he's going to be stationed there. I think he is going to be able to, well, find some clean air relatively soon. That Bentley looking like, okay, Wes. Chris Rise giving him a squeeze and leaving him just enough car room to fit a sheet of paper through. And only that. But I think there might have been a little bit of rubbing. Wes Hepburn, though, does not care. He is on the charge, and Chris Rise was dispatched very easily there. Chris is going backwards in this race. He started in P18. He's up 5 positions, but I will say he was up, battling even up for P6 or 7 at one point, but since then, he's just been falling off.
I think after the heat pit already?
Yep, everybody has made their pit stop that's out there.
Yeah, I think after he pitted, it just has been, a little hard to gain those positions back.
Ooh, I think the same can be said here for Steven Music, as he has another error. He's been punted around a few times. He's also made a couple errors himself, and this being one of them. Let's see what happened here in Sector 3. A little bit, I think we touched the inside curb. I think we touched the inside curb there, and the AMG just didn't like that, which is very odd because the AMG is typically a car that can eat curbs for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Number 43 Mercedes has an awesome livery. Yeah, let's take a look at it. I will admit it is cool. I don't think we've looked at it yet.
Which number?
Steven Music.
43. Oh yeah, is it a Pepsi logo there?
It is a Pepsi-inspired livery, the happy camo. Very nice. Love that camo.
Yeah.
A little bit wounded on the rear end there is Steven Music. Had a couple scrapes and bruises throughout this race. But he's battling now with Kevin Yu. Well, not yet, actually. That's John Smith, excuse me, the front marker. Action surprisingly low. 20 minutes left in the race. Not too many battles on track. In terms of pace, Ricardo Rivera, fastest lap, 154.2. Next driver really closest to that is going to be Christian Dubé, of course, with in second position with a 154.7. There is no other drivers, though, in the 154s. Pace there for some of these maybe lacking a little bit. Jace Wright, though, having a pretty good race himself. He's up there in P5. He did land his first race win in Trackalicious the other day. Big
we got a yellow flag for bit off.
Uh-oh.
I don't know what happened. Caught it late.
Let's take a look. Into the first corner we go. We have decided that the brakes were optional and that we're going to be taking a different layout of this track. Bit off.
Oh my god. You know, when I drove this track for the first time, it was confusing for me because I was like, why do they have this other side of the track with cones? And you know, and it was confusing at the beginning for me since I've been on the ACC world for about what, 3 to 4 months now. And yes, it was kind of confusing for me, but I never took that part of the track for sure.
Lizzie throwing some shade the way of her fellow teammate, the Noobs R Us driver. Not using the Noobs R Us livery. Jeremy, what's going on there?
Oh, well, is Jeremy there? I think it's because he already signed up for this season or this class before he joined us on the Noobs R Us team.
Yeah, but you can change liveries. You can't change cars without losing your points, but you can change liveries.
Well, I don't know there. I don't make the liveries. Team principal.
Oh, okay. So the junior car is the M4. All right, fair enough. Chris Rise has found somewhat, at least he's finding, the back of Quinn Smith. 159.4 last lap, though, compared to a 155.6. Quinn Smith, though, had a drive-through. No, he had 2 pit stops. Why did Quinn Smith have 2 pit stops? No penalties given. Wes Hepburn with a drive-through penalty. That's huge. And the junior cars are all the same. That way that you can unify mentoring. That makes sense.
Yeah. We are all driving the same cars. I think it makes it easier because we can learn from each other's mistakes.
I will say it's an interesting concept. It's one I've never had experience with, so.
I think it makes it fun too because you can actually see the difference between the juniors, you know? Because I have a different type of driving between Bedoff and Alexio and, you know, and the other junior team members. So I feel like we improve between ourselves, but we have our differences, so.
Oh, it makes sense.
I found it fun too because I can learn from them since they get better, and they can still learn from me even if I'm a noob. Hey, Jake.
Hello, Jake. Jacob Wells, welcome. F1 charged. How does Noobs R Us and Big Brain Racing get their teams to grow so big? So, no offense to Noobs R Us, but I think that comparing Noobs R Us to Big Brain Racing is a bit of an unfair comparison. Big Brain has been around for a long time. Big Brain is a seasoned, they run races over in the Europe leagues. Big Brain ran by Matt. Why am I drawing a blank? I apologize, Matt. But, of course, Matt... Chat, help me out. Why am I forgetting Matt's last name? That makes me feel bad. Townsend? Matt Townsend. Matt Townsend. We got there. Yeah, Matt Townsend, the leader over at Big Brain. And, as well, of course, who is it? I apologize, Big Brain. I haven't been with them for a while. I haven't done anything with them for a while.
I noticed that, Chrono. I noticed that. Like, all the DTs all at once.
Not too many battles on track happening. The drivers are battling with the track limits, it seems. We do see this battle, though, between Wassam and Kenneth here. Mughal on the outside. Kenneth Smith firmly through for now. Mughal checks in closely to the rear diffuser, though, of the Lamborghini, but I think the Lamborghini has the position secured for now. Bit of a wobble there mid-corner for Mughal. Oh, a big one! Nice save, though, as he pushes extremely hard to try to get that position back from Kenneth Smith. Doesn't quite get it, though. So Noobs R Us is the perfect community to join if you're trying to improve and look for some very dedicated, not newer people, but just a dedicated a dedicated community that is focused on improving. That is their entire goal. It's getting better and driving safely and improving as not just drivers, but as racers, which there is a massive difference.
Yeah, we support each other as a team. Yeah, I can talk about it because I am a Noobs R Us Junior member. And I started a couple of months ago, and I see myself improving. I see myself learning. And here I am commentating too. And what happened there?
I'm not sure.
Off the track right there. I don't know if he lost control or something there.
I don't think there was contact.
No, there was no contact. I feel he lost control.
Take a look on board here. What it was like, driver eye view from John Smith. There's a back marker. Oh, he overcooked it. Oh, he massively overcooked it, and he tries to make the corner after overcooking it. He needed to do what we saw earlier, where you just tuck off to that slip road and rejoin the track on the alternate line there. He tried to make the corner himself.
Yeah, he needed to do one bit of that back then. Oh, another contact there. And who is that?
I'm not sure. I didn't see it.
Yeah, I got Poe.
We're still at
a
it.
little bit of contact on the straight. Yeah, on the straight with someone else.
Oh.
But it's not for precision. I think
Must
this
have been
other
our
person
team.
that he's, yeah. And sorry that I was in the middle of talking about the Noobs R Us team, and this happened right in front of me, people.
That's commentating, Lizzie.
Yeah.
that is the brain of somebody that goes and says squirrel anytime they see that. That is you love to see it.
It's so fun to see it. Yeah, it's fun. This is so fun. Oh my god! Oof. And I see this battle coming up in front of me.
It's not even a battle.
Yeah, it gets.
It's a true scrap. And oh no! What was that, John? I'm sorry, but
Peter curse.
That was a bit rude. Oh man, we'll go back and watch that one again. As this wasn't even for position. Zane Blisket was on a different lap as John Smith.
Yes. Yeah. Well, you hate to see that kind of thing.
Oof.
But yeah, but as I was saying, I've been driving for a couple of months, maybe 3 to 4 months now, and I don't even know how that I got into commentating either, because I practically been learning about cars now. Not, I've never been a fan of racing. I can, watch races and things like that and whatnot, but I didn't see myself into this type of world and community. And since I joined the rookie race series, I've been having a lot of fun. I've been getting frustrated, but at the same time, I'm improving and learning as I go. And I feel like whoever wants to start sim racing, I think the rookie series is one of the fun series that you can start on.
I couldn't agree more, Lizzie. I think it's probably one of the... I mean, we've seen it just from the sheer... Just the racing that we have in that rookie series alone is incredible, from the red plates and the white plates. There's just... It's such clean racing that you don't even see from the best of the best, to be completely honest. The drivers, they care. I think that's the biggest thing about the rookie league, is the rookie league cares, and they show that. While we have a little bit of a lull in the action here, why don't we talk about the calendar, in fact, that we have, of course, the Rookie Series, and Chrono admitting Rookie Series is best series. Yes, indeed. We have, of course, not only our Rookie Series, which is not displayed on this calendar, all of these can be found on SimGrid as well. Any series that we mention here, of course, the Rookie... I mistyped it again. Why am I so bad at that? There we go. Of course,
it was fine the first time. I didn't, when you said that it was mistyped. You just typed the same thing twice.
I typed SimGid. Wait, no, I didn't. Wait, what? Why
no,
didn't it work? Why didn't it work the first time? That was weird.
You should give it a second. It's technology, Mike.
Normally it's instant. That was weird. Those
I know.
The same. Normally I mistype it. Anyways, I didn't mistype it this time. Patience. That's something I don't have. Anyways, like I say, the Rookie Series, of course, that's going to be our next round over at the Rookie Series, is going to be at Misano, right, Lizzie?
Nope. Next Rookie Series is going to be on Zolder tomorrow night.
Zolder, that's what it was. Okay, thank you. Zolder for the Rookie League tomorrow night. If you guys are interested to sign up there, I'd get on that, of course. Even if it is a full grid, you can get in there as a reserve driver. But also, we have our Road to the Grand Finals. That's going to be every other Saturday. We just had it this Saturday. That was at Spa-Francorchamps. Next week is not going to be Misano. It's going to be Kyalami. Calendar is a little bit backwards on that. We'll have it updated soon.
We got a yellow flat there. Sorry about that.
No worries.
Mogul, a little understeer thing oversteering in there.
I don't think it cost him any positions, luckily, but...
Yeah, he's been driving by itself for a little while now.
We also, though, have our GT3 Sunday Championship. That's what we're watching now as the car's spun sideways. It's Zane Blisket in the background there. That's unfortunate. He's not having a great race himself either. But yeah, we're here at Silverstone. We're here at Paul Ricard. Race 1 was Silverstone. We're here at Paul Ricard for the 90-minute sprint. Next week is going to be at Imola.
Somebody else spins out the Anthony there, too. What's going on? I think he freaked out by seeing Blisket in the middle of the road.
Take a look. As we're heading now back down the Mistral. Or is this the start-finish? It's the Mistral.
No, I think it's at the end. Yeah.
And yeah, there's a car in the middle of the road and he overreacts to it. And there goes that set of tires.
Yep.
Drive-through penalty for Ricky Scott as well. That's P11, Ricky Scott. My goodness, that's going to cost him quite a few positions, actually. That might drop him all the way down to P18, P19. Steven Tomazic trying to dispatch of Chris Rise now. As they are now heading down onto the start-finish straight through. Well, they're going to be here soon through the penultimate corner. It's going to be a setup from Steven Tomazic. He's going to be trying to get the best exit possible here onto the start-finish straight. Great exit, though, for the Porsche. You can see that low-end torque coming into play. BMW, though, catches up. But it's too late as we reach the braking zone. Steven not going to be close enough to make a move. Gains, though, in the braking zone. It's what he needs to do. Stick with him here and get the best exit on the Mistral. That's going to be it, though, actually. As Chris Rise has a big moment mid-corner. He catches the inside curb of the chicane on exit. And that's going to give Steven Tomazic the inside line coming into the next few corners through Hotel. They go, and it's going to be Chris Rise giving the space on the inside, which turns to the outside, which turns to, well, vice versa, but turns back to the outside. Just a sequence of switchback corners, and Steven Tomazic does come out on top in the Big Brain Racing BMW. Chris Rise, does he have an answer? Not sure he does. Ricky Scott is serving his drive-through penalty, and he's actually down even further than I thought. He's come to a stop?
Who?
Why is Ricky Scott stopped? Ricky Scott, you don't need to go to your pit box, brother. It's a drive-through. You just got to drive through.
Oh, I guess he didn't know.
Ricky, what are you doing? What are you doing?
The same thing happened to me in the last race, but yes.
And then he missed his pit box. This isn't going to serve the drive-through, though.
Oh.
He's going to have to go and serve it again. As that doesn't count if you go and get lifted up by your pit crew. Oh, no, no, no. Ricky Scott's race has gone from P11 and is virtually over at this point. As Ricky Scott
looking at Ashley, and he quite gained a couple of positions tonight.
Hopefully he's listening to the stream. I don't think he is. I don't think he is. I think he is in a poor situation right now, Ricky Scott. Oh, did he leave? I think he left. That's unfortunate.
Yeah, you did leave.
You gotta make it to the checkered, I feel, at that point. It's very unfortunate picking up that drive-through penalty, but maybe be something to add to the driver's briefing. We got enough stuff in there already that drivers really need to pay attention to. That's something that you should know. I don't mean to be brutal, but this is a GT3 series.
What specifically?
I'm assuming Scott is talking about how to serve a drive-through penalty. That might be something to cover in the rookie. That might be something to cover in the rookies. But
Yeah.
I think in a series like this, the drivers should be more than aware of how the pit stops and penalties work. Yeah, it's just my unfortunate, just my opinion, unfortunately. Like I say, it's a bit harsh, but, you know, you can't be nice to everybody, unfortunately. Not in racing. Hepburn.
Only in Forrester, battling there.
Well, it's Hepburn here battling with Biddulph soon enough. That is something I wouldn't expect to say. Hepburn gets by easily as he is down in P24. Hepburn with a terrible race, to be completely honest. Bentley not treating him too well.
Are funny though, because the first time I had a DT, I never knew. I think I got it for speeding, not on the pits, but on the start of the race.
Yep. That's
and
right.
I didn't know.
It was here, wasn't it?
That I have to serve it. Yeah, it was me. I got disqualified in Valencia, I think it was.
Valencia. Okay, I thought it was here
Yes.
at Power Ricard.
No. It was on Valencia that I got disqualified because I didn't served it, and I didn't know how to DT was back then. Now I know after my mistake. But yes, I feel like if you don't know something and you are on Discord, on Track Collisions or Noobs or any type of racing Discord, I think if you don't know what a DT is or any type of penalty on the track or in the game, ask questions. Don't stay quiet and avoid all these DTs and errors that we make on the track sometimes because we are afraid to ask questions sometimes.
Oh man, that's brutal, Neo. I mean, you know, like you say though, it's your first. I mean, everybody makes mistakes, and that's just one of those ones where it's like, it happens. And we have Ricky Scott in chat as well. How is it from your perspective there, Ricky? How are you feeling after that? I know it was very unfortunate. I saw you had that drive-through and tried to make a stop, but that was, yeah, very unfortunate. Pissed. Yeah, I mean, I understand. You know, it happens, though. That's what I got to say is you're not alone. That's what you're joining at a good time, and we're talking that you're not alone. It happens. Blue flags? Oh, okay, I see. My advice to that would be report your incidents. Shouldn't have... Yeah. That's tough. Just like I say, make sure you report your incidents. I know that doesn't solve your disqualification,
Right,
but...
the leader is on the final lap. Give it a final push.
Here we go, and only we knew we got 30 seconds on the race.
Yeah, that happened pretty quick. Ricardo Rivera
I
has
know.
almost 30 seconds as well to Christian Dubé, which is, wow. Ricardo driving the wheels off of this McLaren. Yeah, and charged, you know, like I say, same, but not everyone is religious to motorsports like some people are. I mean, I don't know about you, but I am, you know, very religious in terms of motorsports. It's, you know, you want to call it that, I guess. Ooh.
And there we go. We see John Smith overtaking Eric back there. I was watching them for a little while.
John Smith with a drive-through penalty and a recovery drive. I will say, Ricky Scott, to give you some credit, great recovery drive. To be honest, that was, you had that drive-through before, not drive-through, excuse me, but yeah, you fell down the pack. Hepburn having to go for... What are you doing typing and... What? I'm so confused. Anyways. Ricardo.
I had to poop and... Oh my god.
Does that explain the loss in position?
Oh god.
Regardless...
Who was driving then, Brinzy, when you went and pooped?
The leader has finished the race.
Ricardo
Oh,
Rivera
God.
takes the win, comes across the line for first position. Many drivers now to follow. Yes, okay, Ricky Scott. No, you do not. A drive-through penalty means that all you have to do is drive straight through the pit lane. You do not make a stop in your box. I know that's confusing because when you drive through the pit, it does show your box and tell you that you should be pitting there. But no, a drive-through penalty is just driving straight through the pits and serving your penalty. Actually, if you make a stop, it will not count as serving your drive-through penalty.
Oh, Blizzkid, what are brakes?
But
We
P1,
need those.
P1 there goes to Ricardo Rivera, P2 Christian Dubé, and P3 goes to Henrique Baltazar. Pigeon Racing almost sneaking two cars onto the podium. Ismail Kobus there in P4, Jace Wright in 5th, Matter Team in 6th. Darren Thomas comes across the line in 7th, Casey Schutte in 8th, Umar Kromix in 9th, and Ronaldo Velasquez yet to come across the line, but looking like he'll be coming across the line to round out our top 10. And thank you, Charged, for dropping in. Thank you for the follow as well. Hey, Ricky, you know for next time, you know? It's unfortunate. But at least you know for next time, and it is what it is. Can we get the top 3 drivers from the race to join the green room as well, if possible? I see we have Vadik in there for whatever reason. I'm not sure what Vadik is doing in there. Vadik, you're not slipping into this podium. Get out of here. But we're looking for Ricardo Rivera, Christian Dubé, and Henrique Baltazar to join the green room if you guys are around. We're going to be heading over into the booth soon enough. I'm going to get ready for that. As we now transition, head over into the booth. Welcome, everybody. We're here back in the booth. Great race, and congratulations to Ricardo Rivera for that drive. I see we have him in there in the green room. Don't see anybody else as of yet. If anyone... You joined the green room like 50 minutes ago? Well, what are you doing? Get out of there. Ricardo, welcome, Ricardo, and congratulations on your race win, as you had quite the dominant one this time around. I don't think you had much competition, but nonetheless, great job.
Thank you very much. And actually, this is not one of my favorite tracks, and the most impressive thing for me was that I only got one track limit and was with 2 minutes remaining on the race. Usually I got the 3 track limits very quickly in this track.
You did. I will give you a little bit of credit here. Well, I mean, you already deserve quite a bit of credit. But anyways, you have been looking super solid with that McLaren. Got to give, like I say, credit where credit's due. That McLaren, the Evo 2, has really been suiting you since you started driving it. I'm not sure if you feel the same way, but that's just what I've noticed.
Yes, actually when I think the first season I did with track glitches a while ago was with the old McLaren. Then I changed to the Honda for a few seasons, and now I'm liking a lot the McLaren, and I think it really suits very well this track. The other ones, I think it wasn't the fastest car, and it was hard to get it up to pace with the top drivers, but in this track it felt super good.
Awesome, awesome. Are you looking forward to next week as well? Not next week, but in 2 weeks, I should say, which is going to be, what is it again? It's going to be Imola. So another track where I think the McLaren's going to be quite good, huh?
Yep, I like Imola a lot. And I think it's pretty solid there, this car.
Awesome.
So I'm hoping to get a good result there too.
I think we're going to see.
Congratulations on the podium.
Yeah, Lizzie, not biased at all. Of course, the fellow Puerto Rican in the booth here.
Well, we got to support each other, right?
But yes, thank you, Ricardo. You're all good to go, and thank you, and have a great evening. And thank you. See you in the next race.
See you next time.
Big thank you as well, Lizzie. Thank you very much for joining me tonight, as this has been an extremely thrilling race, and, well, thank you for being a part of it. Thank you to chat as well, everybody in chat, keeping us entertained through and throughout. You guys are all absolutely awesome, and the drivers as well. Thank you, guys. And we are going to be ending the stream here. We're going to be rating someone. We're going to be rating Jake Wells. It's going to be I Suck at This on Twitch. Of course, everybody loves Jake. Let's go say hi and show him our love.
Thanks for the invite, and thank you for having me. It's fun. I always have fun every time I join the stream here, so I appreciate it every time. So thank you, everybody, for the support.
Yeah, and thank you, guys. Thank you, Bigley. And like I said, we're going to be rating Jake, so check out Jake Wells. I Suck at This on Twitch. He's an awesome guy, probably one of the best North American streamers out there, let's be completely honest. And, yeah, let's go say hi. Chill in that chat for a while. I'll be over there. Thank you, guys, and have a great evening, afternoon, morning, wherever you are in this fine world. You guys are awesome. Thank you.
Good night, everyone.